Hi everyone, comic book reviewer here. This time reviewing on the Disney film Mary Poppins. Now as you know, Mary Poppins is a 1964 musical fantasy comedy film which was based on P.L. Trevor's book series Mary Poppins. And keep in mind that the film is meant to feature Julie Andrews as Mary Poppins. The premise of the film is meant to follow in the spring of 1910, where we see how, George as well as Winfred Banks try to find a new nanny for their children, Jane and Michael, after a misunderstanding about sneaking off. We see how, Mary Poppins comes into the children's lives, and this is where we see her playing the role of trying to be a moral guide to the children, trying to be the more, showing that work can be fun, trying to help set a good example to the two children. And I think what they get right with Mary Poppins is that she doesn't try to force her views, ideology, as well as her mindset on Jane and Michael, but offers them advice, support, as well as showing them the right way to do things. Because when they do have to tidy the nursery, she does point about making it into an interesting game. And when you do kind of see where one scene having Uncle Albert basically being over the top with his laughter, we see how Mary Poppins has to be sensible, knowing how serious this can be. And I think what's actually interesting about the film is that, it does kind of show you how Jane and Michael's father, Mr. Banks, or as he's known as George Banks, is meant to be a bit strict. He's meant to be highly disciplined and believes that a firm discipline is a part of running a family. And we do kind of see how both Mary Poppins and George are like similar counterparts. Well, Mary Poppins can be strict and stern, but she knows where to be firm in the right times. Well, George, I think, is meant to be a bit more stricter, driven, as well as expecting the family to worship the ground he walks on and be a sensible figure to the bank. We do see him having to slowly understand to kind of understand what Mary Poppins is trying to do for his children. And I think when you do have, Dick Van Dyke in the role of Bert, you do see how, both Bert and Mary Poppins know each other, and we do see how Bert and her do seem to have a past. And you do see how Bert even offers, words of support and wisdom to Michael and Jane. So, I think what's actually interesting is, when you've got the scene where they go into the painting, it was used with a style of sodium vapor process. So you could really see there was a lot more intention they needed to do when they enter the drawing. And it feels like a lot of effort, ideas, as well as basically work was put into it. And I know the film has been referenced by The Simpsons, Very Odd Parents, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. And I think you can really see where a lot of the writers were taking a lot of inspiration from the film. And I think it's also interesting how, there would be a biographical drama film based on the making of the film called Saving Mr. Banks, as well as a 2013 sequel, Mary Poppins Returns, with Emily Blunt in the role of Mary Poppins. I think the film is definitely enjoyable if you're looking for a sort of normal, slice of life, but happy-go-lucky film. So I think this one definitely deserves a thumbs up. Still good, and still alright. So, comic reviewer here, signing out.